Hello and welcome to day 43 in the Not Alone Today Chronological Bible Reading Plan with Joseph and Anu. Today we are in Numbers chapter 13 and we are switching translations to the New American Standard Bible, the NASB, for this week.
Chapter 13. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Send out men for yourself to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am giving you to give the sons of Israel. You shall send a man from each of their father's tribe, every one a leader among them. So Moses sent them from the wilderness of Paran at the command of the Lord, all of them men who were heads of the sons of Israel. These then were their names. From the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, the son of Zaccur. From the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, son of Hori. From the tribe of Judah, Caleb, son of Jephunneh. From the tribe of Issachar, Igal, the son of Joseph. From the tribe of Ephraim, Oshia, the son of Nun. From the tribe of Benjamin, Palti, the son of Rapho. From the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, the son of Sodi. From the tribe of Joseph, from the tribe of Manasseh, Gadi, the son of Susi. From the tribe of Dan, Amiel, the son of Gamali. From the tribe of Asher, Shethor, the son of Michael. From the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi, the son of Vophsi. And from the tribe of Gad, Geuel, the son of Maki. These are the names of the men whom Moses sent out to spy out the land. But Moses called Hosea, the son of Nun, Joshua.
When Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, he said to them, Go up there into the Negev, then go up into the hill country. See what the land is like, and whether the people who live in it are strong or weak, whether they are few or many. And how is the land in which they live? Is it good or bad? And how are the cities in which they live? Are the people in open camps or in fortifications? And how is the land? Is it productive or unproductive? Are there trees in it or not? And show yourselves courageous and get some of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the season of the first ripe grapes.
So they went up and spied out the land from the wilderness of Zin as far as Rehob at Lebo Hamath. When they had gone up into the Negev, they came to Hebron, where Ahiman, Shishai, and Talmai, the descendants of Anak, were. Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt.
Then they came to the valley of Eshcol, and from there they cut off a branch with a single cluster of grapes, and they carried it on a pole between two men, with some of the pomegranates and the figs. That place was called the valley of Eshcol, because of the cluster which the sons of Israel cut off from there.
When they returned from spying out the land at the end of 40 days, they went on and came to Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation of the sons of Israel in the wilderness of Paran at Kadesh. And they brought back word to them and to all the congregation and showed them the fruit of the land. So they reported to him and said, We came into the land where you sent us, and it certainly does flow with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. Nevertheless, the people who live in the land are strong, and the cities are fortified and very large. And indeed, we saw the descendants of Anak there. Amalek is living in the land of the Negev. The Hittites, the Jebusites, and the Amorites are living in the hill country, and the Canaanites are living by the sea and by the side of the Jordan.
Then Caleb quieted the people before Moses and said, We should by all means go up and take possession of it, for we will certainly prevail over it. But the men who had gone up with him said, We are not able to go up against the people, because they are too strong for us. So they brought a bad report of the land which they had spied out to the sons of Israel, saying, The land through which we have gone to spy out is a land that devours its inhabitants. And all the people whom we saw in it are people of great stature. We also saw the Nephilim there, the sons of Anak are part of the Nephilim. And we were like grasshoppers in our own sight, and so we were in their sight. This is the word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. So in summary, chapter 13 And this is where Moses sent the Israelites at the Lord's command to go into Canaan to spy out the land. Some translation would say investigate the land. And he only sent them to go into Negev and the hill country to see what the land is like. And then when they came back, they gave a report of what they saw. So what stood out to you in this chapter, Kola?
The first question I had was why? Why send out spies? But then we saw the answer for that in the very first verse of what we read. The Lord spoke to Moses saying, send out men for yourself to spy out the land. And in the list of the names of the people were mentioned. And to be honest, all these names, apart from Caleb and Oshia, who was renamed Joshua, they have literally become forgotten names because of their bad report and the consequences of the things that follow. Of course, we're going to get into that when we turn the page and begin to see chapters 14 and 15 on day 44. But yeah, I can't help but be reminded that, one of the ways to just fade out of history is to misalign from God's plan and purposes for us. These are people that could have become, quote and unquote, names that we'll be proud to give our children. How many people are called Palti or Gadi or Hamiel and all these names? I mean, probably there will be, and probably they have good meanings in the Hebrew. But I'm just thinking how we know so many people called Joshua, so many people called Caleb, because again, those names are associated with not so much heroics, but at least in this instance, people that aligned with the vision and the plans and purposes of God, as opposed to those who did not.
True.
Yeah. What did you make of the chapter?
The first thing that stood out to me was that the men that were sent out were called leaders of each tribe, but they're quite different from the leaders that were appointed to form an army in Numbers 1.
Yeah.
So it was as though these leaders are new, so to say, because it doesn't reflect what was said in Numbers 1 when the census was taken. However, they did say at that point that it's people 20 years old or more, so that could be the reason. Or it could be that their service in the army is quite different from what God is asking them to do, to go investigate the things in Canaan. But what stood out to me there in the names again is that the tribe of Joseph was split into two. So Joseph was split into Manasseh and Ephraim. And it might be because the Levites are no longer part of the tribes. So in order to maintain the 12 tribes, Joseph and Ephraim was mentioned. Is that right, Kola?
Oh yeah. I mean, we've been seeing that as well. Like during the census, it's always been Ephraim and Manasseh, apart from the Levites. The Levites, there's a whole chapter that we read that was devoted to them and to their own responsibilities. But yes, this is God's providential way of continuing to maintain that 12 tribes in a sense, remembering that Jacob, before he died, actually adopted Ephraim and Manasseh as his own sons by that prophetic gesture he did when he asked Joseph to bring them. And
so that's him.
That's him adopting them into his inheritance and his lineage. So
because they're grandchildren in a sense, rather than sons.
Yes, but he didn't do that for all his grandchildren.
True,
he specifically did that for Joseph. And especially because they were not born Joseph married an Egyptian wife in that sense. So he needed to sort of bring them into the family, and so they also have a part in the inheritance of Israel as a nation. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. And then what else stood out to you?
Just the report. Of course, we saw a couple of times there the reference to Nephilim, the sons of Enoch. And just to put that in context, there are various mythologies and legends in the ancient Near East where they are in the Mesopotamian region where all of this is playing out, where it is believed that the sons of God or angelic beings had offsprings from their interaction with humans. You remember that story in Genesis 6?
Yeah.
That's one way some people have interpreted that to say, and when that kind of strange union happened, they gave rise to giants. And here they are going into this promised land pretty much, but yet seeing some of those giants there, and that was scary enough for them to say, okay, the sons of Anak were there, and we felt like grasshoppers in our own sight. And so we were in their sight. The commentary they gave is just so... They had to even assume on the behalf of the people that they saw of how they were being perceived. And perhaps, there is a principle there that in normal English local parlance would say that you'll be addressed the way you are dressed. So the way you see yourself is how others will see you, in a sense, like if that is what you're portraying. But it's just quite striking. So that's where the whole Nephilim, fear of the Nephilim giants is coming from. It's coming from those stories that they've heard about divinities and humans coming together to give rise to these strange, gigantic offsprings.
And I think what stood out to me in their reporters, if indeed these people are so fearsome, how were they able, the 12 of them, I'm sure with their servants, able to cut a cluster of grapes and carry it all the way back to where they were without being accosted? That there's no report of anybody stopping them for anything.
Yeah.
So it reads as though they're trying to show how impossible it is for them to conquer the land. And one strange thing that I found in verse 29 is that the spies themselves said that the Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites are living there, and the Canaanites. But all through the days of Abraham, God has been saying over and over that these people, he would conquer their land for them.
Yeah.
So the spies would have known that they should have expected these people there because that's the land they're going to conquer. So it's quite strange that they are saying as though it's a new information, like, Hittites are there, or Jebusites are there, Amorites and Canaanites, but they should be there because you should know. Because when they came out of Egypt, God repeatedly told Moses then that they should continually say the story of how they came out of Egypt, from Abraham all up until now, so they don't forget. So I don't think, I might be reading more into it, that they've forgotten that these people are the people they are meant to conquer. So them now saying it's as though they're trying to incite fear in the hearts of the Israelites to say, these people are there. But if I were the Israelites, I would have said, yes, we know,
Yeah, indeed. We wait to see. I mean, the story gets more interesting as we go along. There is a strange reference that was also made to the fact that in their reports, the 10 rather than the 2, that it's a land that devours its own inhabitants. And that could, in some ways, I mean, part of the sort of things that have been suggested by commentators on this is that it's not impossible that when they went for this spying adventure, they witnessed many funerals. And in witnessing the funerals, what they may not have realized, again, this is all just an assumption, what they may not have realized is that was God's way of distracting those people from paying attention to the strangers amongst them. So all they can see is, which kind of land is this one that every street you turn, there is a funeral going on, and there is someone that has died, and there is this, and there is that, and this must be a land that devours its own inhabitants. Whereas that very thing could possibly have just been God's strategic distraction to give them safe passage through the land, to return to give the report that aligns with the plans and purposes of God for them. Anyways, I can't wait to turn the page on day 44 and see how the story continues. And till then, just want you to remember
you're not alone.
you're not alone today.
God bless you. Bye.